Heyo everybody, Haku here with my HaQ&A number 2. And sorry if my voice isn't the best. I'm recording this after recording 3 other videos, 3 discussions for this week. So yeah, my voice is a little bit tired, but I definitely wanted to do this and I couldn't find time to record it Monday or Tuesday, and I want to post these on Wednesday, so yeah, I had to cut it close and just record this on Wednesday. So this will probably be going up like shortly after I record it. That said, I think that the vast majority of my comments involve Tower of God. So if you're interested in the other series I cover, you may not get that many questions pertaining to them this week. But I guess stick through it just in case, or if you don't want to stick through it, then it's up to you. Just giving you the fair warning ahead of time that if you don't know anything about Tower of God or watch me for that, you're probably not going to be interested in many of the questions this week, because they do look like they're mostly Tower of God related questions. Also, I just noticed going on to my comments page, we are at 84 rankers and counting. I am so excited, and I thank you guys so much. I appreciate it so much. Every time you've shared my stuff, when you talk to me in the comments, when you like a video, like, geez, I don't want to make that sound like, hey, like it because it makes me feel good, because I do hate when people do that. Like it if you actually do like one of my videos, but yeah, I appreciate it so much, and I don't know. I guess I just can't really put into words how much I appreciate it. Also, I keep saying rankers. I think calling the subscribers here rankers is pretty cool, since I think a lot of it are people watching for the Tower of God stuff and discussing the Tower of God stuff. But even doing other stuff, I just think different people have different names for their subscribers. I want to go with rankers. So let's get into it. Sorry if I pronounce any of your names wrong, because I guarantee I'm going to. Juzol, who I know I just pronounced their name wrong, I apologize, said earlier today, if you have a line group chat of Tower of God, I'd like to join, haha. Yeah, I actually might look into that. I don't know how the line group chats work, but it might be kind of interesting to just make one that like me and my subscribers can all just jump in and talk about whatever. But there's probably a limit, and it probably has to be a small group, so that actually might not work out. But I'll definitely check into it. Also, same person had talked about, I definitely wanted to bring this up, but I'm not going to do a full video on it, so I'll just bring it up here. There was this white-haired guy that was in the earlier chapters of the workshop battle, like, announcing stuff, and I've reread the series like 7 times and never paid... Like, I've just always thought, oh, it's just a random announcer guy. I've never paid that much attention to him being there. I guess because he wasn't really, like, focused on that deeply. So, yeah, I didn't even notice that. But I did do some research, and it appears that he is referenced to as a great teacher, and the great teachers are a title that's been given to each of Mixeth's 4 children. For those of you that don't know, Mixeth is the founder of the workshop, and sort of like the father of science within the tower. But it's also said that his children were artificially created, and Mixeth is the one who made Aryehon's sword, so I think it'd be interesting if he artificially created them, like maybe using some of Aryehon's DNA or something, and like that's why the guy has the white skin and white hair and looks so much like the Aryeh family, is because like the dude is with their DNA somehow. So I do think that's interesting. Tyler Morgan, about my One Piece review, said, small correction, One Punch Man had a small budget. The artist made it a labor of love. That's why it looks so amazing. Definitely. And yeah, I kind of brought that up. I was like, it had a decent sized budget, but it wasn't like a huge budget thing. But people generally regard it as one of the higher quality anime ever, and I think that's because you can tell they really put their hearts into making something good, something very presentable. And I don't think that Toei is doing a good job of that with One Piece anymore. It just seems like they're just doing it for the money of being the ones that own the rights to One Piece, and they just don't seem to care about the anime enough anymore, and it bothers me a bit. See if there are any other questions that would be good to answer here. Monkey D. Luffy said, One Piece should move to a different animation studio. Honestly, One Piece has been terrible since the time skip. I thought that Fishman Island was pretty terrible, but that wasn't just an anime thing, because manga Fishman Island was pretty terrible too. And I actually really liked the anime Punk Hazard. Punk Hazard is an arc that I really like. I just think that Dressrosa was good in the manga, but not the best. There were some bad parts, but I think the anime's completely ruined Dressrosa. The anime has shat all over the arc. The anime just has not done Dressrosa justice. Hasn't been good. See, what else we got? Tony Sansdam at a couple days ago said, I don't know if I misunderstood you, but the clone isn't Albelda, though Albelda was part of the souls given to Bomb. Yeah, I know, and I've brought that up in a few other videos since then, how I'm just calling the clone Albelda because it is Albelda mixed with all the other souls. Even though it's not the original Albelda, it's sort of a new Albelda. And until we get a new name for it, I'm just calling it Albelda, because I don't feel like saying something like that girl or that clone every single time, because that's kind of general. I'll call it Albelda or new Albelda or something. But Albelda's part of the clone, and since we know her name and we haven't seen the original Albelda, I just figured it'd be easier to just call the clone Albelda. Sebastian Garcia said, Bomb should have an enemy like Blackbeard from One Piece, this giving him another reason to climb the tower. I think that Rachel and Karaka are kind of in that role, but I mean, look how long One Piece was around before Blackbeard showed up, or before Blackbeard was developed into anything significant. So definitely Tower of God could still have some time to go before we get a big enemy like that, but even then, Luffy's drive is to find the One Piece and be Pirate King, so Blackbeard is just kind of like a side thing to the story. He's not like a main enemy. And I think that's the way it'll be with Tower of God, kind of. I don't think Bomb will have a big main enemy, because say Bomb's objective, like he said, his objective is to help his friends' dreams come true, to climb the tower with his friends. So, he's definitely, he might have some enemies here and there, but I think his goal is going to remain the same. He's going to be with Rack and Kun and whoever else doesn't die and stays in this team with him. He wants to help them achieve their dreams, climb the tower with them. And I do think eventually he's going to join back up with Shipley Sue's team and join into one team, because I want him to. I think the majority of the fans and readers want him to, because that team is so awesome. And they're our Volume 1 team. They're the original Friends of Bomb. Even though I absolutely love Prince, Misang Akraptor, Wang Nen Yiwa, I love them, I do think that eventually we need the originals back. Matthew Addison said, do you think there will be any more elemental type Shinsu, etc., wind, ice, water, so on? I hope so. I don't even like ice type users that much, but I think an ice type user in Tower of God would be so awesome. And with water, I think that we're definitely going to have water users, given that Shinsu is like spirit water or something like that in Korean. And there's all these fish themes and fisherman themes that I think a water user, it's only a matter of time before we get a couple of those. FTG brought up, the way we should distinguish the angler, as you called it, is to refer to them as deep sea fishermen, as in a master of the ocean and all its waters. Yeah, the way I say angler is because I did read a bunch of different stuff before making the Positions Explained video, and it seemed to me like a lot of people were saying angler was a more direct translation of the position fisherman, like you're angling in, reeling stuff in from the shore. So you're angle fishing, fishing with that type of rod from the shore. And then the fisherman in general is just like a fisherman, like any type of fisherman. Like a fisherman that fishes with a spear, the spear bearer, like whatever. So I think that it might be a little bit too late to just change it to angler and fisherman, but the most direct translation I could think of, even though fisherman and deep sea fisherman is good, the most direct translation I could think of is like the position is angler and fisherman is a person that can do any position. Would be the most accurate I could think of. A lot of people saying that the chapter before this one was their favorite chapter, and Dog needs an anime adaptation, says Future Guy 2045. Agree with that. I really would love a Tog anime, but they need to do it right. They need to do a Tower of God anime right. I don't think the way the story is set up lends itself well to OVAs like Noblesse. So I don't want OVAs. If I got it, I'd want a series. I think the way it's set up would be good for a continuous series like One Piece, Naruto, etc. But in those types of series, the quality sort of goes downhill. So if I could be selfish and have my own personal choice, I'd love if it was split into like 24 episode seasons, like say Magi or what's the other one? Like Magi or Tawaru, something like that. Matthew Addison also said, do you think while they're on the 43rd floor they'll run into Garam Zahard? Because they said she's currently hiding out there, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, I did some research after reading the comment. I usually do so I can answer your comments as quickly as possible if they're like sort of the kind that require answers or whatever, like questions and stuff. But yeah, I think there's a good chance they'll meet Garam Zahard because, and I'm going to point to, there's one scene where Anak does say that Garam helped hide her on the 43rd floor. So I'm going to say that just that makes me think that we could definitely run into Garam Zahard on floor 43. Man, getting all caught up in my words there. And I've been recording for a good few minutes, so I'm going to try to hurry up and get through a couple more before I have to cut this off, because I don't want it to be any longer than 15 minutes. I want to shoot for around the 10 to 12 minute mark. And I've already been recording for longer than that. Oh, this is actually a good suggestion. Matthew Addison once again. He said, nice videos. Maybe after this series you could explain the structure of the tower, like the outer, middle, inner area of the tower, and also floor ruler guardians, etc. That would actually be really good. I mean, the information I'd be giving you in the discussions would be very vague, and we don't really have very much of it. I would definitely present it to you and we could discuss it, but I will warn you that I actually do think I want to make videos on this, but like they're kind of I don't know, we don't have much confirmed information on a lot of it. We Play Gams said, hey man, just friendly criticism, but you should try to liven up your voice. I think I already covered this one last week, didn't I? Just friendly criticism, but you should liven up your voice a bit more. It would make it more interesting. Yeah, I definitely welcome the friendly criticism, and a lot of times when I'm recording, like today, I record like 3-4 videos at a time. So by the time I get to some of them, my voice is kind of shot. But other than that, like sometimes I'll have a rough day outside of YouTube, and I'll definitely try to stay positive and excited and happy for everybody. But sometimes I just like, I gotta put out, I love putting out the video and I have so much fun doing YouTube. But sometimes like I'm just, YouTube is fun even when I'm in a bad mood, but it just happens sometimes that life outside of YouTube happens. But I think that's going to be it for this week, because I think a lot of these I covered last week. I should really try to pay more attention to where I stopped these off at. But oh well, it's only my second one. So really, sincerely, I do hope you all enjoyed. And I know this was mostly pretty much no The Walking Dead in there, or Pokemon or Monmusu. But yeah, I got mostly Tower of God for you, but there was some One Piece in there. I really hope you enjoyed, and I really thank you so much more deeply than I think I can express in words properly. Like if you did like the video, comment down there, tell me what you thought of my answers, or ask more questions, leave more comments, whatever, if you want me to answer some stuff or discuss some stuff up here. I'm just here discussing your comments. Sorry, face itches. Itchy face. Yeah, I said to comment, subscribe if you want to. I'm so happy to hit 84 rankers. Keep climbing the tower of YouTube with me. Yeah, subscribe if you want to. If you've been following me, you know that I do content on a bunch of different stuff and a bunch of different types of content. And I hope to keep doing a bunch of different types of stuff. Like, someday in probably months from now, I do hope to do gaming as well. I had originally hoped to do a gaming YouTube channel, but then I was like, no, I really like this discussion and stuff and the connection with you all that comes with this. So even if I do gaming, it won't take over the channel or anything. I do maybe a video or two a week of just me playing something. But I think that might be interesting to add in the far future, and I want to add a bunch of other stuff, but I won't ditch the stuff that I used to do, you know? Because this is what's building the channel. This is what the channel is, you know? And I enjoy it. I love it so very much. So, sorry to get really distracted on that one. Follow on Twitter if you do want updates on when a new video gets posted or when I need to push anything back. Yesterday was when those videos went up. Thinking of when this video is going to be posted. I'm going to go ahead and just discuss more random stuff, but yeah, I had uploaded both of yesterday's videos pretty early on, but YouTube was like not done processing them until like 9 o'clock or something, so they went up kind of late, and that's why both of them went up at around the same time, and they both went up kind of late, is that situation. So that's it. Done rambling. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all next time.